son of a...
That's fishing across the nation. That's fishing around the world.
Facts of Fishing, the show, presented by Subway. Eat fresh. Shimano, technology you can feel. Yamaha, reliability starts here. Live Target Lures. And Bass Pro Shops, your adventure starts here. This week, Dave gets schooled in perchometry with his good friend, pro angler JP Derose. Without further ado, here he is. I can't say this.
Just read the script.
The world's greatest angler, Dave Mercer.
All right, so not long ago, this whole deal right here was covered in ice. People are out in huts just doing this. I don't like doing that. You guys know that, but on this very lake, there is some giant little fish. They're perch. They don't get giant, but they get giant here, if you know what I mean. And one guy knows all about them right here. Percherazzi is with me today. JP Derose, you know him. I mean, he knows everything about how many gear ratios and pulses per second and how much line you reel. How much line do you reel in that reel, JP?
34 inches per handle turn.
Told you, he's like the Rain Man of gear. So all day we're gonna learn about gear and we're gonna lay the gears to some giant perch.
There's one.
Oh, what did I tell you? Percherazzi.
That's a little guy, I think.
No, it's not, it's giants. Come on.
You gotta remember, perch and giant are all relative. That is not a giant.
No, it's not.
Not for what we're looking for, but we're gonna get ones that can eat this. Swing and a miss. Got him.
Got him. Oh, I'm hooked up. I got one too. Itsy bitsy perch. Oh man, the numbers in this show are gonna be off the hook. Look at them. They're quite agile. Many people don't know this, but people, are amazed by the gymnasts of fresh water, as I like to call them, the perch.
That feels better.
You got a good one.
Nope, another dink.
This was one of those other guys' shows. They tell you about the colors and stuff, but who cares?
The vermiculation?
The what?
The vermiculations.
Yes, I love the vermiculations. Whatever that means. What does vermiculations mean? Makes you sound drunk. It's like saying judicial system. Vermiculation. Oh, that was like, oh.
Not a largie hanging in a tree here.
What? I'm setting the hook too hard, you think? Oh.
Maybe.
Find my perch zone. I was calm.
There's one. Come on.
It's a better one.
Oh yeah, that's better.
It's a good one.
They're getting better. That's good length. That's a male there and that's pushing on 12 inches, but when you get the females, they get the big belly. Probably about a quarter pound of eggs in them and they look giant. Get this one back. Just suck it on the tail.
Once you find yourself in a pack of fish like this, it's even more important that when you miss a fish to leave your bait down there. You guys have heard me say this a ton of times when I'm bass fishing and stuff like that. Leave your bait down there, because when that fish grabs that bait and you pulled out of its yap or you lose it for some reason, chances are there's another fish down there that'll grab it, or that fish is chasing for it. It doesn't know, hey, this guy missed me and now the bait's gone. If the bait's gone, it can't eat it. If the bait's still there, it'll turn around and search for it, even if you pulled out of the fish's mouth. Don't crank it in, leave it there, and it'll munch it.
Got a bigger fish. Bigger fish?
Mm-hmm. Ah, it's not that good.
Chin hooked.
Chin hooked, that's why.
There we go. Yeah.
Fast and furious, but not the ones we're searching for. There's packs and packs of them on the graph. And as JP showed you with that male earlier, That was the right length, but we're looking for the big, big females.
We're in search of big sexy.
Big sexy. I usually don't have a problem finding big sexy, if you know what I mean. I don't want to brag or anything, but it's kind of my thing.
Holy, that's a teeny weeny right there. Got him?
Yep. See ya. There we go.
Got him. Ooh, dinks. That doesn't feel too little. I don't think it's a giant, but it's an average one. All right, let's go to the island. Now there's one thing a lot of people make a big mistake about when perch fishing, is they anchor down and they sit there. We know there's giant perch in this area, but sometimes you just have to cover water and work for them. But once you get on them, it's well worth the effort, and you should always, always move around looking for the giant school.
That's a better one.
Got him? Mm-hmm. That a boy.
Decent one.
That's a teenager.
Another one.
Oh, he's on him.
Come here, dude. See that? Like JP said, get in an area with bigger fish, and you know, we're not catching giants yet, but that's 2 decent perch. And
this feels good.
Let's call it 3. Oh, that's a good one, dude.
Males though, we gotta look for their counterparts here. We need the females. Where there's big males, there's probably big females, so we'll keep working this area. That feels good. That feels like a good one. When they stay down, you know they're usually big.
Ooh.
Little big mama. That's another quality fish, and still not exactly what we're looking for, but they're getting better. And that's a good sign when you're moving around.
So we've all heard about social media big shots like Ashton Kutcher and Tony Hawk. Well, now Dave is trying to become one. So make sure to follow him on Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube. Closed captioning for Facts of Fishing, the show, has been provided by Boat Smart Connect, the all-new boating app for iPhone and Android.
Decent one.
Look at the difference when they spawn out. Look at that loose gut.
Go. Yeah. Come here, buddy. Nothing giant, but decent. We will find the pod. Go right beside the boat. It's absolutely unbelievable how many of these things are out there readily available. And all you gotta do is get rigged up with a little jig, and it's kind of like the greatest warm-up for bass fishing we have in the north. I mean, season doesn't open for a lot of us until June. So we have to, you know, do something. And basically you're fishing in the exact same way you fish a, you know, a tube for smallies or something like that. Deep water, you're bouncing that bait along, you feel that little tonk, and wacko. You put them in the boat. The fish. There we go.
Chunky.
Easy. Absolutely inhaled that little rage tail grub. We need the big biggies though. Biggie, 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 can't you see?
Dink. Dink, 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 dink.
Oh, that's a better one. No! Why does you feel better? Is it a good one?
It's a decent one.
Whatever.
It's a big perch in anybody's books.
No.
Dave obviously has higher standards than the rest of the world. It just didn't meet Dave's approval. Little. Oh, that looks good.
That's good. Nope.
Nope.
Another one.
Oh boy.
I actually caught the one that was just
Born. Oh, might be Mercer-ish standard.
It's good. It's a
That's-
good one.
This isn't big enough for you?
Oh, it's good. Come on, build it up. Make it awesome. Talk about it. Tell the people at home.
So, folks, according to Dave, this is not an impressive perch.
Just be a little serious, okay? Tell him something.
It's solid. Not big enough.
Solid. Solid. Solid as a rock. I think we were on the good stuff.
Yep.
We left it.
Keep pushing us out until we hit a pod. I can't believe how light they're touching this thing. Lots of fish here. There's more fish here than there was anywhere else we were. Oh,
Better one.
Oh, there we go. Big mama?
Feels good. I thought he was bigger. He's just round. It's very bulbous. It's a bulbous beast from beneath. You got one?
I got one.
Another bulbous one.
That's a baby. One thing I always notice when I watch people fishing for perch is their rod movement. And a lot of people over-exaggerate the movement of the bait. With perch, they love to stare at things, so letting them sit a while is a great thing to do. But when you decide to move your bait, a little short hop of the rod. A couple of inches is all you need to get that bait to come off the bottom, and that's when they're gonna strike it. 9 times out of 10, they're gonna hit that bait on the drop. But if you pull too high and too hard, you're gonna pull it out of their strike zone, and they won't be able to chase it down. So short hops mean more bites. Oh,
Big. Good one.
Yes, good
Yeah,
one.
Good one.
That's a good perch. Oh, look at the gut on that.
Lunga! JP's hooked up. And see, that's the cool thing about perch fishing. I mean, you go out, you catch a ton of fish, and you get the odd good one like this, but you're definitely gonna catch a whole bunch of them.
That was a nice one. Still not what we're looking for, but nice fish. Got him. Feels good.
That's a good one. Nice.
Anytime you're gonna head out perch fishing, setups are pretty simple. I always like to use medium power rods. Extra fast is really important because you're working light jigs, 1/8 ounce, stuff like that with grubs and little tubes. So that extra fast tip's gonna help you really cast and feel sensitivity. For line, I'm a big fan of using micro line. That Power Pro micro line in 4-pound test, and I'll drop down to a 6 or 8-pound test fluorocarbon leader. It's a perfect setup to catch a bunch of fish. Whether it's windy or calm, or the fish are biting hard or light, you're gonna feel them and you're gonna catch a lot more.
Oh, big fish. Oh, that's a good one. Not as big as I thought he was, but I will take him. JP's hooked up right now. But I'll tell you, one of the things JP was talking about is microline. And Power Pro made microline. A lot of people thought, well, what is the need? And it's not just because we're fishing for, you know, a smaller game fish. The thing to remember is using smaller baits. The smaller the bait, the tougher it is going to be to cast. Using ultra thin line like Power Pro microline is going to allow you to fire that tiny little jig head far from the boat. And when you're fishing super clear water like we are here today, it makes a huge difference. Let me let this guy get back in the water. Another thing to remember is today, basically we fished 15 to 25 feet of water. So the deeper you are, you know, the deeper those fish are sitting, the more important sensitivity becomes when you're fishing. If I'm in 2 or 3 feet of water, I mean, that fish hits that line, I'm gonna feel it. But when you have all that extra line and a little bit of wind you're playing with, there's more opportunity to get a big bow in your line. That no stretch line allows you to feel something that would just feel like on regular monofilament. It feels like boom on Power Pro microline.
There we go. That feels better. There's Big Mama.
Big Mama. I knew it. Look at that thing. No.
That is a big sexy. That's what we're looking for, but that's not even as big as they're gonna get. This is about 0.9 to a pound, but you can see that nice big belly. That's a female full of roe. Imagine 1.5 times bigger and a lot more belly. Great looking fish. There's one.
Oh,
Another surfer.
oh, semen all over him. Ah!
Oh, excite-high.
Turn around, let's see your pants.
Oh, that felt good.
Oh, it's a pig.
Good average. Good average. Look at the belly on that thing. Another example of a gorgeous Lake Simcoe perch. Big belly. Get this one back.
What do we got here? This right here might be what we're looking for.
Oh, that's a biggie.
It's a good one.
Yep.
Come here, dude. Absolutely annihilated that little Strike King Rage Tail. JP's got another good one. But basically, all we're doing with these dudes is drifting over this bit of structure, and you feel that little jig, boom, 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 and you pop it up, and boom, they come and annihilate it. They're easy to catch. There's tons of them. All you gotta do is dress warm. Don't be worried about your nose running. Oh yeah, and get a buddy like JP, he'll show you where they are.
There's one thing about perch, finding them isn't all that difficult. Really, you gotta know the couple of things about them, and really the key thing is when they spawn. In the spring, they're gonna spawn when the water starts getting down into that 46 to 48 degree range, so they love to spawn on weeds. If you have shallow bays that are gonna warm up with weeds, if they're not there yet, they're gonna be out in front into the deeper water. You're looking for rocks, sand, transitions, anything that changes over. Weed to rock to sand, sand to weed. Any of those areas will hold big schools of perch. And when you get on them, they'll keep you busy for hours on end. Yeah.
It's a good one, big one, dude,
That's a big one.
It's a giant. It's a giant.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, it's a freak.
Look at
Look
that.
at it. Oh, God.
That's what you're out here looking for. You look at this fish, and that is a giant perch. That's a trophy anywhere in North America. For yellow perch, that's amazing, and that's a trophy. This fish here, it's ready to spawn any day now. And one thing I like to do with fish like this, as good as they are to eat, I like to release the big trophies back because they're gonna lead to a better population wherever you're fishing. That sounded better. That's a better one.
Decent one. Come here, dude.
Oh, well, let's do the comparison.
Oh, you're making me feel good. Almost the same.
Oh, yeah. Twins.
Another one. Get out of here. You know, everybody loves to catch a lot of fish, but the real cool thing is this is a great way to get, you know, new anglers into the sport of fishing. Take them out, they're gonna catch a whack of fish. So whether it's a kid or just an adult like me with really bad ADD, it doesn't matter. They're gonna keep entertained all day long. It's not a long time in between strikes. And all the time you hear people like that that are getting new anglers and they want them to catch some big giant muskie or something like that. That's cool, but the best way to get somebody new into the sport of fishing is basically just take them out and let them catch a fish. And perch is the perfect fish for that. There's tons of them. They're readily available. They're easy to catch. And if you miss one, don't worry, it won't be long before you get an opportunity again. That's a better one.
Goodie?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Come on, big mama.
Oh, it is. Whoa.
Big pig.
Come
Look
here.
at
Look at this thing. That thing's got a jacked up proportion. Another good Lake Simcoe perch. And basically, you gotta weed through a bunch of these smaller fish, but if you spend time and you pick apart the lake. Today, you know, we fished, 4 or 5 different areas. We roll in, maybe we get a couple of good ones, maybe we don't, but we're constantly searching, constantly looking for that better quality fish. And one of the biggest battles is actually the smaller perch. Think about it. You watch any fish feed in an aquarium or anything like that, you know what happens. The little fish always get your bait first. A lot of small fish mixed in. If you could find a pack of these dudes without the small ones mixed in, it'd be a lot easier. But hey, who's ever gonna complain about catching fish? As long as they're eating, I'm smiling.
Dave and Professor Perch spent 5 hours on the water, made 1,143 casts, and caught an incredible 96 tasty perch. But alas, proving once again that they're not the brightest bulbs on the tree, they did not eat one of them. Fools. And that's the score. Almost every fish on this Perch-a-Palooza came on a Strike King Ragetail Crappie Grub. JP fished a 6'5" Shimano Cumulus paired up with a Shimano Sustain 1000, spooled up with 5-pound test Red Power Pro Microline. Dave rigged his grub on a 7'2" Shimano Crucial Jig Rod and a Shimano Stratic CI4 1000 reel, also spooled up with 5-pound test Red Power Pro Microline. Now, you've got the facts. As another show ends, I just want to congratulate Dave on once again proving that you don't need to have skills, talent, or be good looking to be on TV.